Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks, and welcome to my channel. We are going to listen to Carlos Comedian King as he drags the hell out of RHOP, and I'm going to give my commentary and my reactions to his review of the final episode of Real Housewives of Potomac, along with some other juicy news as it relates to Robin and Juan Dixon. All right, let's get into it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
I probably won't spend too much time talking about the finale because the finale wasn't finaleing.
Now, Carlos says this, but then proceeds to record almost a 30-minute video dragging the finale. But let's continue.
Oh gosh, I really am not trying to come across like I'm like, you know what, I'm not a hater. I'm giving you guys my opinion.
So I promise I'm not being facetious, but Carlos, honey, who asked your opinion? You are executive producer. What is it? Kingdom Reigns. You have all of these TV shows that you produce for, I guess, just the own network, maybe WeTV, BET, whoever the hell you produce shows for. Why are you critiquing shows from the former franchise from which you used to work? Not necessarily Potomac, you were on RHOA, Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you know, that whole Housewives regime. I'm smelling bitter Betty, honey. Why are you so bitter? And you're low key, as we get into some of the commentary of Carlos's, he's kind of low key dragging his mentee, Eric Fuller, is that his name? Who's a showrunner for Potomac. You say that you're giving these critiques out of love, and it's your job and it's your duty as a producer to give this feedback. No, it's not. This is feedback that you provide to your former mentee in private or to your former colleagues or friends in the business. You don't drag the hell out of them, but we're going to listen to the commentary and you'll hear what I mean. Let's continue.
My expert opinion. The finale of The Real Housewives of Potomac was not great. It was probably the worst finale of the show's history. It was all over the place. It was weird. It just wasn't good. I want to hear from you all, though. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this finale a 4. I'm not going to dive into a lot of this because nothing really happened. It was slow. It was boring. It just wasn't great, and it did not wrap up a lot of storylines. So let me tell y'all what happens in reality television from a producer, a creator of shows. The season finale of a show is an opportunity to wrap up storylines, the biggest storylines of the season, right? It's a way to put things into a nice bow, right?
Okay, so that explains why Love and Marriage Huntsville, I can't remember what season it was. Season 3, when Melody had telltale signs at the very end, that was the showstopper. And that's when Destiny, oh thirsty ass, was looking for a moment where she claimed that the producers were on her to say something to Melody about not having a village and how she could be her village. And Melody pretty much told her, look, my kids don't F with you like that. They don't even like you. So basically, she was trying to set up her storyline to hate on Melody for the following season because she didn't have jack crap going on. But let's continue.
Right? So when you think about the biggest storyline this season, which obviously was this Chris Bassett story, it was weird because when you're a producer on these shows, you go into the finale sort of understanding like, okay, we got to wrap things up. It's our last day of filming. We got to wrap it up, right? So the fact that it was difficult to wrap up the Chris and Giselle storyline because Chris didn't want to do it at Candace's party, then why are we having the finale at Candace's party?
They're having the finale at Candace and Chris's house because I guess that's where they were supposed to wrap up the storyline. So here's the kicker. Candace and Chris were smart enough not to give Giselle's thirsty ass with her manufacturing or storyline ass the time of day, okay? So that makes complete sense. So according to Carlos, super producer, if you have a major storyline in a season, you have to wrap it up in that season in order to start afresh, start anew, however that works. So Martell had the Inez incest. Now let me stop. The Inez wine. That was a big storyline, I guess, one season. And then Melody, again, with the Telltale Signs, that was a major storyline another season. To which, to his point, how he's harping on Giselle and Chris Bassett not wrapping up their storyline. So you pushed, or your production team pushed Destiny to have that whole village conversation with Melody in order to, in my opinion, again, to facilitate a conversation for them to have some friction, which turned out to be in the reunion, how she turned on Melody, gossiping with Tisha, oh needy ass, right? Their bonding and their hate for her. And so, yeah, they just pretty much set the stage for her to hate on Melody the next season by quasi trying to wrap up a storyline. Hell, in my opinion, start a new hate campaign. But let's continue.
And then you saw Ashley, who you know would do anything for a storyline. And Ashley, you know I like you, but let's call a spade a spade. Ashley, the same person who stopped breastfeeding her child to run down to the Cash Trip last season to spill some tea and then say, let me go back home and breastfeed my baby. So we all know Ashley gets down to get down. So to see Ashley really try to get this conversation in a comical way, like she didn't take it seriously. She was laughing the whole time. And I was just over it. Like, but Ashley, I really want to see Giselle and Chris talk. I don't care to see Ashley talk about this. Like, go away from me with this Apollo. Ashley, your services are no longer needed. We got all the mess that we needed because Ashley is the bone collector of Potomac. And at least when Sheree was doing it was funny. With Ashley, it's giving Desperate Housewives. It's giving Terry Hatcher, honey. It's giving Marsha Cross. It's giving Mark Cherry. It's not giving at all, just like this finale, baby.
Carlos, you say you like Ashley, and don't get me wrong, I ain't no huge fan of Ashley's, but you're knuckle dragging the hell out of her. And to compare her to Sheree is like watching goddamn paint dry. And it ain't like she has been a staple in the Real Housewives community. Hell, they kick her off every other damn season. Hell, what's she been on? 2, 3 seasons straight? They kick her off 1, 2, come back 1 or 2. She got the guy, Tyrone, who was, what was he, an investment banker? I don't know what he was, but I know he ended up scamming some money, and she probably used that money, allegedly, to get that Chateau Sheree fixed up. But she ain't hearing from me, but that's what I believe, word on the curb. But she comes up with these manufactured storylines, and now she's messing with that nickel slick ass Martell, okay? Well, his beady ass, come on now. And then she got to cut him a little piece of her check because you know that Bama don't work for free with his broke ass. But let's continue.
So we at least thought as the audience, okay, then I guess we get to get Karen and Sharice talking about it. Karen even left the scene of the crime, which is what she always does. I'm not entertained by Karen leaving. And then Ray, who we like to call Morgan Freeman because he's driving Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy is Karen, okay? Because what we were told in the last week's episode was that Ray drives Karen to her sneaky links, allegedly.
Okay, so I had to cut out some of the audio and some of the footage. I didn't want to play his entire video. But oh my God, now he's dragging the hell out of what's his name? Damn, I forgot his name quick as that. Damn Ray. And he compared him to Morgan Freeman, but he said it's a compliment, but ciao. And then he said that they didn't wrap up the Sharice and Karen storyline. And he was thinking, well, hell, well, maybe they will get to the point to where Chris Bassett and Giselle will get to talk, or at least try to orchestrate or to facilitate the scene to happen. He said, but that didn't occur. And said Sharice called her everything but a prostitute and a damn streetwalker, okay? what she did with her husky self. Child, I about to call her name, but I don't want to seem like I'm fat shaming. So, Lord, forgive me. On this Monday, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, who is Carlos supposed to be? Flunky the Negro? You don't know if you want to be a producer, a damn comedian. You don't know if you want to be puffy all up in the damn rap videos like Suge Knight say. Just sit your ass down. Be behind the scenes, right? Just oversee your producers, your EPs. Oversee Martell. Make sure that mofo study for his builder's license, right? And stop harassing Melody and all up in her damn business. How about you see about that? You know, with his diabolical, unhinged ass. All right, let's continue. We're about to wrap it up in a minute.
I'm tired now. I'm really tired in my Nene Leakes voice because y'all know I go up for Potomac. And it pains me to have to review this show when it's not at its best. And that's the sad part about all this. You know, I think let's forget this season ever existed. Okay? Let's wrap it up. Let's throw it in the trash can. That's on Sesame Street Drive. Let's have Elmo pick that thing up and let's throw it away. Let's throw it away. And my hope is that they can start fresh.
So meanwhile, most of the viewers of Love and Marriage Huntsville feel like you should throw that last season away, as you let half of the damn cast, no, let me say the vast majority of the cast, gaslight and bully the hell out of Melody. Throw that shit away. If you would put half of the energy into your show that you're putting into this show, I don't know what type of sick competition that you have with Andy and us critical thinkers, we know why you keep coming down on Real Housewives of Potomac, because they're in stiff competition of being the head Black Housewives show in comparison to Atlanta. And we all know that Atlanta is your brainchild, that's your baby, or you're an intricate piece of the development of it because you were there from the beginning, the former showrunner, EP, as you let us know 1,000 times when you were there seasons 1 through 6, back when it was like at the top and at the pinnacle and at the height of his game. Yeah. And so, I don't know, are you in competition with Eric Fuller, right? Your former mentee. I guess he's still your friend or your colleague. Do you secretly want to be the producer of this show? Tell us all about it. We want to know. Curious minds want to know. Yeah, curious minds want to know.
I like Robin. Robin said on Watch What Happens Live that this woman in Canada conversed with Juan and she needed someone to pay for her hotel. I'm even laughing at this bullish story because it sounds dumb. But I'll say it for you all in case y'all didn't watch it. Robin alleged that this Canadian woman had a situation. Her car stopped. I don't know, child. She was given very much missing, like a Halle Berry movie. Because it was whatever. This lady needed some help. She needed to pay for a hotel. And that Juan being a good Samaritan, because that's what Black straight men do. They pay for chicks' hotel bills when they didn't hit that thing at the hotel. Oh my gosh, that is what happens.
So as a recent update, we found out that Giorgio Says, another YouTuber, and I think he's a TikToker and he really follows the Bravo shows, he actually spoke to this woman, his alleged mistress, and she is pretty much contradicting and rebutting and refuting everything that Robin said. She said that she didn't date a Baltimore Ravens player. She don't know nothing about that. She came to town specifically to see Juan. Now, she says she's a lady, so she's not going to be telling the intricate details or the tawdry details, shall I say, of what occurred during her visit. But let's just say he didn't just come to the hotel just to pay for her bill, ma'am. Okay, they came to do and whatever it is that they did. So that's that. Yeah, go give him a click and a view because it was pretty interesting. He had the recorded conversation and everything, and how she's turned off at Juan for trying to put her on to one of his buddies or whatever. It was just quite salacious, I might add. But what did you think, man? The man is married. Well, he wasn't married, but a common law married man, right? You knew he was Robin Dixon's not husband at the time, but kid's father. They living together. They're cohabitating. Bitch, what did you think? What you think was going to happen? But anyway, I just had to add that commentary. Child had started recording this like yesterday, and I meant to upload it. But then that new development came out, and then Miss Tamar, she says, so we're not going to talk about what Robin Dixon and the bullshit that she talked about on Watch What Happens Live. In other words, nobody better believe that shit, and you know it. Child, let's continue, or wrap up, shall I say.
So Robin's telling this story, and that's when it hit me. Robin, it is what it is. I think it's so interesting that on my show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all love to go in on Tisha Scott. Tisha's so dumb. Tisha believes everything that Marcel says. Tisha, blah, 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 blah. And as I was watching Robin, my whole thing was, you ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. If you cool with your man cheating, who are we to judge you? I would respect a woman who would say, that's my husband now. And I'm going to stick beside him. What y'all gonna do? This ain't y'all life. This is mine. I'm with him, and I'm gonna stick beside him. If he did something else to that woman, slapped it up, flipped it up, rub it down, oh, come on, BBD, then that's between me and my man to deal with.
No, Tisha ain't dumb. She got plenty of book sense. She just don't have any damn common sense, and she's willfully ignorant and willfully obtuse. She turns a blind eye, and yeah, people say she dumb because she act like she dumb. She plays dumb. She knows what she's doing. Now she's the one to where you should be saying, that's my man, and I'm going to stick beside him. Child.
If you are going to be on a reality show and you pick and choose what you want to talk about in your life, you don't need to be here. And I do mean that.
If I said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it several times. Meanwhile, we have Letitia and Marcel. We still don't know what they're doing up in scope, okay? But we do know that allegedly there are pending lawsuits against them. That we do know. We don't see nothing about that. We don't hear anything about that on the show. I'm just saying. You're talking about real life. Hell, you got Maurice and Kimmy. Well, Kimmy's showing her real life, bless her heart. Overcoming her illness, her cancer, God bless her. And Maurice, as I said in another video, hell, we don't know what type of law you practice, Maurice. We don't know. Only thing we know is that you're giving out damn YouTube awards like you got damn the YouTube police because you ain't got shit else to do. But I digress.
Should Robin be fired? I don't think Robin should be fired. If the Real Housewives of Potomac was my show, I would not fire Robin. I would fly to Baltimore, where she lives, allegedly. That they say she lives in Baltimore. I would fly to Baltimore, where she lives. I would have a sit down with Robin and Juan. And I would say to them, the only way I'm bringing you back on the show is if we're going to get your full life. Juan was not at the reunion. Y'all love to throw shade at Giselle. Where's Jamal? Is Jamal coming? Child, is Juan coming? Not that type of coming. Is Juan coming? Because, child, let me stop. is coming. I can't even say the word no more, child.
Carlos is quite the comedian, is he not? Is he not Funky Geneva? Okay. All right. So he went on to talk about how 90% of the housewives are in open marriages or open relationships and having to pay their husbands 10% of the salary because the men don't get paid. And so, like I said before, we know that Sheree is in need of a storyline, and she's definitely paying Martell with his broke ass, right? To me, their relationship is none but a photo op and publicity stunt for him to make the lovely Melody mad, which ain't happening because she could give a damn. All right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you can get all my upcoming videos. All right, ta-ta.